Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out the multiplayer for My Time at Sandrock. Now, My Time at Sandrock is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about 25 bucks. It is in Early Access, and likewise, this multiplayer feature is an open beta, so everything here is most definitely subject to change. Things are gonna change from now until the game actually releases. Luckily, this multiplayer feature is free to those of you that actually own the game, so you don't have to do anything special. Although, to access this multiplayer, you have to click on the game in your Steam library, not on a desktop shortcut, but in your Steam library. You'll be given a bullet option, and make sure you pick the multiplayer, and the game will launch in the multiplayer mode. But like I said, it's still open beta. So what they've done in this multiplayer is they've removed the story completely, but it allows you to either join a town that someone has created or create your own town. And it's like you're creating a server. I went offline for a short period of time and idly was still able to play, even though I was the host of the server, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So like I said, there is no story, and it can support up to 4 people. You're going to create a new character, and luckily, like, experience and money and everything in the game is pretty much shared. There's even an in-game friends list. You can't invite Steam people on your friends list, unfortunately. You have to find their code or provide your code to somebody, and they will look you up via this in-game friends list. And from there, you can add them as a friend and invite them to your server, and then off you go. But it plays very much like the single-player My Time at Sandrock in that you're creating this farm in the desert of sorts, and you're going to be completing these commissions, although in this co-op mode, there's co-op commissions, things that you can progress with together. And I like that. So you're actually encouraged to work together, but it's okay. One person can focus on doing the co-op stuff, like the missions, and the other player can just sit at home and do resource collection, or you can build stuff. That's what I like to do. Idly likes to run around town and talk to people and get missions done. Whereas I like to get my economy going. I like to gather resources. I like to build up a base, make sure that everything's all taken care of when she gets home. And we played this for about 4 hours. I didn't mean to play it for that long, and I'm sure Idly could have played for a lot longer. But I just, yeah, like, I enjoyed my experience. But as you just saw, there's a bit of lag. For whatever reason, it's just not a smooth experience. When inside a building, it's not so bad. Her character model is somewhat smooth. But outside, especially in sandstorms, there's just so much skipping. And I found myself, like, trying to fight the lag every other second. Like, it just wasn't stable. And I did mention at the beginning of this video that everything is still, like, early access, open beta. I sincerely hope the developers can sort of stabilize this a bit. And I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that, like, it's not a local server that I create. Like, she was able to play when I went offline. So I think these are like company-owned servers that we're playing on, that we create, possibly. I'm not very technical. There are skill trees still in this game. You're going to be earning these skill points, and you can put points down different trees. I like that because, like, Idly can focus on, commission stuff and getting bonuses for doing that, whereas I can focus on, again, the base building and resource collection. So I love that, having a cooperative thing available, and people can specialize in what they like to do, and I really like that. But the rest of this game is still the same. Develop relationships with these NPCs, which I hate doing. You can even create your own birthday and put it in there, and you can even see the birthdays of everyone else in your party, which is awesome. There are milestones that you can complete. Some are co-op, and some are single-player milestones, and they will give you, say, experience or goals. Goals are like the in-game coins or currency, and everything is shared. Even the storage is shared, which is kind of weird for me. I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, there are single-player milestones and cooperative milestones. So there's a lot of things to shoot for, even though I was completely overwhelmed by what was going on in the beginning. even without a story mode. These things sort of kept me on track and gave me some kind of focus on what to do next. But yeah, so the milestones are good. I like them. So you can also edit your base in this game. You can create housing. We didn't do too much of that because it was so expensive. Just creating a little like corner house, just one little section of wall with a door was like, I don't know, close to almost 1,000 goals. And we were trying to save our goals because storage in this game, like I said, is shared. There's one storage chest that you have to share, and I'll get to that in a minute. There's also this co-op workshop section where the whole progression in this game is placing these co-op buildings down in the world. You're building up the town. And when you build up the town, you increase your workshop level. Workshop level is pretty much your progression in this game. The more you level up your co-op workshop, the more things you end up getting access to, the more recipes that you get access to. So it's very important that you accept these they're like purple quests in the environment. You accept them, you construct these buildings, and that will allow you to unlock more things. One of those buildings that we put down unlocked the whole salvage area where you can mine out iron and stuff. There's still the research in this game. You're going to be finding these data disks in the environment through mining or other means, and you're going to talk to the scientist guy. I don't remember his name, like Dr. Yi or Yo or whatever his name is. Anyway, you're going to be giving him these data disks, and in doing so, you unlock new crafting tables and other interactable things, dew collectors. Water in this game is extremely important, just like in the single-player game. All of your machines run on water, so without water in your tanks, nothing will run correctly and will be really slow. So you have to make sure that you're bringing in enough water, and that's where that dew collector comes in. But yeah, we even found a dew collector in a chest, which is kind of cool. There's also a guest book, kind of like in Farm Together, where you can interact with this guest book and then you can leave messages for other people. You can only have one message per person at a time, but you can change your message on a whim. Like as a joke, I told Pony to, get her butt in gear and to start working, and she found that quite humorous. But anyway, I'm old and I these are the things that we do anyway. But yeah, there's a guest book. I really like that. And there's also a way to check like your current status. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's like a home stats screen. And here you can see a log of what's been going on, what you still have to do. You can see your maximum amount of furniture listing that you can put furniture down to buff yourselves, but based on your current co-op workshop level, you can only place so many things. There's even pets in this game, and you can hire people to help you out, which is also cool. You can even rename your workshop. It doesn't really do much, but it's just more aesthetic, but it's a lot better than just calling it my workshop. No spaces, though. I hit spacebar and it wouldn't work, so I think that's something that the developer needs to fix. No spaces in renaming your workshop. You can change the icon of your workshop. There's only 8 to choose from. I think that's a missed opportunity. Too bad you can't import like a custom picture. That would have been cool. I would have liked something like that. But anyway, I love it. Up to 4 people can just work together. And like I said, the main drive of the game is you can accept the bulletins in like the basics, the basic missions, the basic commissions, and just earn money repeatedly from day to day. But these purple ones are really important. They allow you to get further into the game and unlock more stuff. But like I said, the main issue for me right now is just the lag. Every time I run around, it's just laggy. Every time I watch Pony run by, it's laggy. The breach is another thing that's in single player, but you can actually enter it via single player or multiplayer mode. There's 2 tabs, which is really cool. In multiplayer, everything always resets back to layer 1, so you're always starting from scratch in multiplayer mode. But when you're playing the single player mode, and you can toggle in game here when you're doing that, you pretty much start where you left off, I think. The last thing I want to quickly mention is storage. I kind of alluded to that earlier, but forgot to mention it when it was actually came up in the video. Storage is shared via this, you get one shared storage box that's available to everyone, and you have to pay goals to add more storage slots to it. You do have a personal inventory, and you can spend goals to add more slots to that as well. There are recipes, I believe, for private boxes. However, we didn't get that far to really use them. But yeah, no putting down multiple chests. It's just one shared chest that you can upgrade the storage limit to. I really am enjoying this experience so far. Again, my only complaint is it's not exactly stable, and there are some bugs, but I'm so glad that they finally got multiplayer up and running. I only hope that it gets better. And from my understanding, saves will not be wiped. That was the biggest concern I had. This will be a work in progress until the game officially releases. So we'll probably just jump into this and play it every so often, and hopefully the game doesn't change too much to break things. But from what I read, that's not going to happen. So there you go, folks. That was a quick look at the open beta multiplayer for My Time at Sandrock. It's an excellent game on its own. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's still fairly fun. And with the addition of multiplayer, yeah, we're going to lose a lot of sleep to this, I think. Well, this is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.